How's it going, guys? My name's Wilson. I made a recent video on why the Lakers should have avoided signing Dwight Howard at all costs. With his career being an absolute travesty over the last 5 years, it's absolutely pathetic that he still hasn't gotten everything together. Could have been one of the best players this decade, and now one of the most laughed at. The Lakers will once again pay for their mistakes. After Dwight embarrassed the whole organization in 2013, the front office and team simply don't get it. How's it going, guys? My name's Wilson. Howard has been the laughingstock in the NBA for quite some time, hasn't been relevant since his Houston days, combined with his off-court distractions. From being the least talked about forgotten all-star to being in the most talked about team, this is the worst signing for the Lakers, especially for a team trying to compete for a championship. The last thing they want is dealing with distractions. Signing a guy who's not wanted by former teams, Atlanta, Charlotte, Washington, and Memphis are laughing at the Lakers right now. They all have no hesitation getting rid of him in under a year. Combined with having LeBron James, all the stories, the practices, and the entire media will continue to talk about the Lakers' every move, how they look in practice, what their body language is like getting off the team bus, nonsense information, and if the team struggles, Howard will get most of the blame where he lacks mental toughness. Here are 5 players LA could have signed instead of Howard. Joakim Noah, who was actually pretty solid for Memphis last season, rejuvenated himself after a disastrous tenure with the Knicks, was a very solid backup, putting up over 7 points, nearly 6 rebounds, in 16.5 minutes of action, played very well against the Lakers last season, putting up 14 and 12 to go along with 4 assists. Despite having issues with LeBron back in his Bulls days in the mini rivalry, Noah is a guy known for his energy and winning mentality, will continue doing all the little things and doesn't complain if he only sees 10 minutes of action. Knowing he's at the latter part of his career, he's nowhere near as talented as Dwight, but simply a better fit with better chemistry, perfect for getting under his opponent's skin, mix all the hustle plays with the West being super stacked. Combined with Howard's weak attitude, the Lakers will be a disaster if they get off to a poor start. While Noah has proven he can still play, Howard went missing last season, was on 16 over the last 5 seasons, only played 9 games with Washington after a mysterious glute injury. Every team was like, nope. While Noah has proven he's perfectly content being a role player at this stage of his career, Howard hasn't been a difference maker and will be clogging the lane. Andrew Bogut, how about taking a chance on the 34-year-old whose lasting days are coming to an end, but at least he's a very good locker room guy and can produce for 10 minutes, was a former champ with the Warriors in 2015, played 11 games last season with the Dubs, even made his presence felt in the playoffs, starting 6 of 19 games, averaged just under 3 points, 4 rebounds, but at least he's a big body who won't have any drama. Nene, who's on his very last legs, but a very solid veteran who does all the right things, will turn 37 years old in September, but a guy who can still give 10 minutes, score his buckets down low, provide energy off the bench, will have no problems getting the ball from Rondo or LeBron and finishing around the basket. Also known for outworking his opponents and still has some bounce left despite heading into his 18th season if anybody else takes a chance on him. Kenneth Faried, who continues to get underlooked, so I have a feeling some team will sign him in the middle of next season when a big man goes down. Faried, despite being undersized at 6'8", is a very experienced veteran, very capable of providing quality minutes even as a starter. Averaged 12.9 points, over 8 rebounds, over a block shot in 24.5 minutes, over 25 games last season. 13 of them started in the span where the Rockets were desperately looking for answers. Faried being very effective around the rim made James Harden look very good, but after Houston got healthy, his playing time went down, especially in the playoffs where he only averaged just 4 points, 3.5 rebounds in less than 10 minutes over 6 games. And when the Lakers struggle and are shorthanded, Faried's the type of guy who can make significant impact and have some 12 and 10 games where he too is shockingly only 29 years old. Despite not being as good as he used to be, if given the chance, we can still see glimpses of his Nuggets days, and he's also not a distraction. And of course, Carmelo Anthony, who continues to get disrespected by the association despite being better than more than half the players because of his one-dimensional offense, taking long twos and holding the ball for a long period of time. His play style doesn't fit in today's NBA, and it seemed like the only person that can save him right now is his buddy LeBron James. Where Anthony excels perfectly with the pick and pop, will add more shooting to the Lakers. Despite not being a great 3-point shooter, he's at least a good 3-point shooter, can certainly come off the bench and get buckets, play 20 minutes a game. While many can have their opinions whether Melo's being blackballed by the NBA, nobody in the National Basketball Association has received more scrutiny than Melo. Despite his failed Knick days, he handled everything with professionalism, gets along with a lot of the players, a lot of them have his back, unlike Dwight, who doesn't seem to take anything seriously. having another shot at redemption, Howard simply cannot afford to express his frustrations, otherwise he'll be out the door in a blink of an eye. That's why his contract's not guaranteed. With the Lakers and players closely monitoring him, this could break his career forever, much like what happened with Deron Williams after signing with the Cavs in 2017. I will not be shocked if the Lakers get rid of him after 10 games, having enough of his attitude. Even LA, who's so desperate and trying to sign everybody they can get their hands on. If they give Dwight Howard a chance and they don't want him after a couple months, why would any of the 29 teams want to deal with him? Thank you so much for watching this video. What are your thoughts on the Lakers signing Dwight Howard? Let me know in the comments below. I love all of you. See you next time.